Later, we're going to talk to the head of an organization for adoptees who disagrees with the whole premise of Safe Haven. But up next, we're going to meet a Safe Haven advocate who helped rescue abandoned babies and bury the ones who don't make it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Marley Greiner is the executive chair and co-founder of an organization which seeks to further open adoption records. Now, she doesn't support safe haven laws at all. Marley, thanks for being here. What's great about America, everybody has their own opinion. Tell us about your organization, the name of it, and what you do.
Okay, we are Bastard Nation, the adoptee rights organization. We're the largest adoptee civil rights organization in North America. We were founded in 1996. At that time, adoption records from adult adoptees were sealed in 48 states. The only states that had open records were Kansas and Alaska, which had never been sealed. Since then, we've managed to get records open in Oregon. We went to the people. We got a ballot measure, 58 on the ballot, or citizens of Oregon overwhelmingly voted in our favor. And in Alabama, we went the legislative route. We had the support of the lieutenant governor and the governor, and it passed. The restoration of the right to access passed almost unanimously in both houses.
You want adoption records open. So why do you oppose safe haven laws?
In 1999, we first started hearing about safe haven baby Moses laws, and right away we saw a connection between sealed records and anonymous relinquishment. We weren't surprised to find out almost immediately that the same ultra-conservative adoption lobby, that's not necessarily every adoption agency, but there is a conservative adoption lobby who had been fighting for over 20 years to keep adult adoption records sealed, were also promoting baby Moses laws. And we saw this as a backdoor way for them to keep records sealed, to promote an anonymity in adoption. There is no right to anonymity in relinquishment in adoption. There is the courts.
Why? Explain that to me in layman's terms.
Okay.
If you're a 14-year-old girl who gets pregnant and you're terrified or you're on drugs and you're confused and you want to dump your baby in a dumpster, but you don't, and you find out about Safe Haven, and you take it to a hospital, and the baby's alive, but you don't want anybody to know who you are, you don't want that baby, you want to go on with your life, what's the problem? Okay,
there's a difference between privacy and anonymity, and Bastard Nation is constantly being accused of being against privacy and adoption, which we're not.
You're talking about the baby that's brought into that hospital, the rights of the future to find out that their real mother was a 15-year-old drug-addicted mom who dropped her off in the hospital?
Everyone has a right.
Do it in layman's terms.
Everyone has a right to know where they came from. They have a right to their history, to their social history, to their context. And this is what safe haven laws do not permit. We have a similar situation in France. There were anonymity laws that were put into place in 1941 by the Vichy government to protect the misdeeds of Nazis and Nazi collaborators, the sexual misdeeds of Nazis and Nazi collaborators. I'm not saying that this has anything to do with this per se. Today there are 400,000 people in France who have no identity, who have no history, and they are fighting the court.
But they're alive, they're not dead babies.
But, okay, let me ask you this question. This confused, hypothetically, let's say those 12 dead babies that he buried, his organization buried.
43.
Pardon me?
43 and 5.
43. That's mind-boggling. 43 confused mothers came into a hospital with the safe haven law. Are you saying they should sit down, give their name, where they live, before they can turn that baby over?
I think they should. And there is no proof that these laws are actually working. There are some cases where they might, but the women who do murder their infants or their newborns or leave them dangerously are very often suffering from untreated mental illness. They're in very, very deep denial. They're not the ones that are going to go to a hospital or a fire station or a police station, for Pete's sake.
Right. John, one of the things that we try to do, we give the birth mother an opportunity to be able to fill out anonymously a medical history within a closed envelope that she can mail back with no return address on it. We want to try to get history for this child as much as we can. Now, a lot of these babies will have histories if they call us later on and to find out what exactly happened.
Okay, stay with us. We'll be right back. I need to switch gears because something really extraordinary